Let's talk specifically about Bill Belichick, because I think if there was a revenge factor in Super Bowl 46, Matt, you're on record as saying it wasn't with the players, possibly with Bill Belichick. What do you think he's coming away with after this game? You know him better than anybody here in the studio, that's for sure.
Well, I think he's a competitive guy. I think he wanted to win this game. I don't think there's, maybe there's some greater context as far as the personal side of it, but I think at the end of the day, he's a coach. He's Coach Belichick. He's, and he wanted to win this game. He invested a lot of energy. He's spoken very highly throughout the course of the year about how, enamored he was with his team as far as their toughness and mental toughness. And he just really liked his group. You've heard that from the organization as well, from Mr. Kraft and his sons, that it was a really likable group. They really gelled well. They did all the things. You want the best for them. I think those things will burn first and foremost. Those will burn in him, 1 through 10. Then we can get to the whole, all the other stuff. I think it's really more about felt for this team, felt like he had a good group, coached them hard, didn't get the victory.
We've got Bill, I believe, at the podium at Lucas Oil. Certainly a subdued Bill Belichick. Let's go back to Indy.
I have a lot of respect for this team. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud to be the coach of this team. I'm proud of the way that they fought and performed all year. And, they gave their best tonight. It was just short by not very much, but it was short.
Over the past 2 weeks, we'd seen a different side of Bill Belichick. Not quite Chuckles the Clown, stand-up comedian, but he's letting down the guard. I think we've heard the terms stopping and smelling the roses this week, and certainly enjoying it. Not enjoying it now, as you can expect, but showing a lot of, like you said, respect in what this team was able to accomplish. If this wasn't his best coaching job of his career, it's up there. The way it ended, it's going to leave a bitter taste in his mouth. What does he do now going into next season?
Well, Bill Belichick's a guy who's the wheels are turning already, probably as we speak. But you asked about him, what his thoughts were. I think, why did he act this way at the Super Bowl? I think a couple things. I think he really likes this group. I think he likes what they fought through during the season. But he has been in the NFL for a long time, and he knows these things don't happen all the time. They just don't. Winning a Super Bowl or getting to a Super Bowl. And you have an opportunity like this to win. And regardless how you get here, whether it's smoke and mirrors in the secondary, whether Gronkowski's hurt, it doesn't matter. You're
missed
here.
Field goal, whatever it is.
Yeah, missed field goal. You're here. You have a chance to win it and do something that's hard to do. Stand in at the end of the day, at the end of the season. And that's a missed opportunity. And Hernandez, Gronkowski, they're miserable right now, but you know what? They're going to go back to the room, they're going to go home. We're going to get ready for next year. It's lifting, running. He knows, there's no guarantees you're going to be here next year. And I think the frustration and that's kind of hitting him, I would think.
Yeah, we'll have more on the legacy and the impact and things like that. For now, let's get a more immediate reaction. We go back to Lucas Oil Stadium, where Darren McIntosh is joined by NESN.com's Jeff Howe.
Joined by Jeff Howe of NESN.com, Patriots beat writer. And Jeff, the fans of New England have to be distraught with the way this ended. Yes, it was a nail-biter, but when you think about the fact that the Patriots scored 17 unanswered points to take the lead over the Giants in the third quarter, and then they had a chance with the ball in Tom Brady's hand with less than 2 minutes to go to win this game, it's a heartbreaker. Do you think that at the beginning of the game it was a problem how they started?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, this was another great Super Bowl between these two teams for everybody outside of New England, and they were literally inches away on that final Hail Mary of completing one of the greatest play, probably the greatest play in the history of sports. As the ball fell to the turf, the dream died. But as you said, tough start. Tom Brady made a poor decision. I thought he made 2 of them in this game, but that first one to throw the ball to nowhere out of his own end zone leads to a safety, kills their momentum the defense just created there, and allows the Giants to completely control the clock in the first quarter. The Patriots only ran 1 offensive play in the game's first 12 minutes.
You think about the fact that Justin Tuck was all over Tom Brady this entire game. That final drive, Deion Branch had a chance to catch the ball. He dropped it. He goes next to Hernandez. He drops the ball. And then he's sacked again by Justin Tuck. That last drive was very un-Brady-like.
Yeah, well, it's you in that situation with less than a minute to go and only 1 timeout. You have to be perfect. There is really no room for error. And I thought the biggest mistake came when Brady missed Branch over the middle. The ball seemed to go through a defender's hands, and Branch couldn't get his hands on it. But I thought if Brady led Branch just a little more, Branch would have had a lot of room to run. I mean, he could have gained 30, 40, 50 yards, maybe forcing a guy to miss a tackle, and he puts the Patriots right into scoring position. So there were some tough things that happened for the Patriots on that last series. stories, but I thought that was the one that Brady really needed to have back.
Overall, Tom Brady played a Super Bowl-like game. He broke records. He had 16 straight completions at one point, and that actually allowed them to score those 17 unanswered points. But then you have to look at what's been a problem in the Achilles heel of this team all year, and it's been the defense. They let Ahmad Bradshaw run in for a 6-yard touchdown to cap the game almost untouched.
Yeah, but that was clearly a strategic decision. I mean, they wanted Bradshaw to score so they could get the ball back as quickly as possible. I can't put this one on the defense. I know that they gave up that the game-losing touchdown, I guess, from a Patriots perspective, in the last minute. I mean, they picked on Sterling more, but, I mean, really, they held the Giants to 21 points. Going into the game, they would have to be thrilled with holding the Giants to 21 points. This game really comes down to the fact that the Patriots had that slow start, and then when they really picked it up, Brady was awesome for 2 straight drives, but they didn't score in the last 4 possessions of the game. I think, bottom line, that's what cost them.
That's what cost them. The New York Giants become the first 9-7 team to win a Super Bowl, and they become the first team with a 4-game losing streak to win a Super Bowl. Jeff and I will go ahead and work these locker rooms and see what type of reaction we can get from these New England players. We know that they are devastated, but we'll have much more coming up in NESN Daily. For now, Jeff and I are here. We send it back to you in the NESN HD studios.